Welcome to the Cathedral of Shadows, where demons gather.
Hello everyone, welcome to the Cathedral of Shadows, a Megami Tensei Podcast. I'm Rasen,
I'm Katsu.
and we have some news and stuff to talk about today. Before we get into news though, I just want to say I've been playing a lot of GDS, a lot of Digital Devil Saga. Uh,
Been tuning those avatars.
I've been tuning so many avatars you don't even know. I've been rending and slaughtering, devouring my enemies all day. It's been, oh my god, I love this game. Like, I think it might be my second favorite Mega 10 behind Devil Survivor 2. Like, I'm having so much fun with this. I've been going for like a very physical heavy surf build, and that's been working wonders, except when I get hit by any fire magic attacks, because then my surf is pretty much dead automatically, because has little to no magic defense.
Garbage.
Against fire magical attacks, and at least for my build, he is. Just like, as soon as he gets hit by fire, he's dead because he just has no magic defense and weakness and whatnot, so yeah. So I just beat the Cerberus boss, and that was such a pain in the ass to deal with because it has a lot of fire attacks and stuff, and I finally bullshitted my way through that fight with enough reloads. I didn't even have to use null fire, so that's great. I really like the mantra system, though. That's really...
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
It's weird because you would think in a game where you can't fuse demons and stuff like that, it would feel a little less customizable. It actually feels really, really free-form, that game.
Yeah. The mantras are kind of expensive.
Yeah, like, there's a bit of grinding I've been doing for some of them. I for Surf, what I ended up doing is I was, like, at the halfway point of the game. I've been playing this game. I'm almost done, I'm pretty sure. I think I have, like, 2 more dungeons, and then I'm done, but I've heard the final dungeon is incredibly long, so who knows, but man, like, about halfway through the game, I had ridiculous skills on Surf that I didn't think I should be having, just getting all those physical mantras up and stuff, so I don't know, I really like this game, though, like, I don't know, it's very unique.
Yes, it is.
It's like just the right difficulty where sometimes like you see that Megami Tensei difficulty pull through, like, yeah, just pull through and fuck you over, but at the same time I've never really gotten mad at it.
Yeah, me neither.
Oh man. Did you ever, I know you said a little while, like a few weeks or months ago, you were messing around on New Game Plus with DDS1. Are you still doing that, or did you kind of stop?
I'm kind of busy with other games right now, but yeah, it's still there.
Oh man. Well, one thing I find interesting about Digital Devil Saga's combat system, I don't know if you ever feel this. Have you ever felt like, you know how like in SMT4, it almost kind of feels like if you try doing something, like if you try playing defensively, you're just going to get killed anyways? Kind of know what I'm talking about?
Because you have no defense stat.
Well, that and just every single enemy attack is so powerful that it becomes a case of you just should heal automatically and just keep dealing damage, and eventually whoever deals more damage and heals better wins. Whereas in Digital Devil Saga, I really feel like they have a nice balance, because you do have those skills, and you can even get them pretty early on, where it's like next turn, if they hit you with a fire attack, they lose all their press turns. Stuff like that, I think it's really interesting, because you can kind of turtle out enemies in that game, and you can't really do that in newer SMTs, which I kind of am depressed about.
Yeah, that's kind of sad. Yeah, that's kind of sad.
Because, I mean, the offensive gameplay and stuff is really fast-paced and awesome and stuff, and I think they kind of want to push it more because it's a little more unique. But, like, I don't know, it's kind of a breath of fresh air, because it's like, oh, hey, I can...
I don't have to rush to kill this enemy before he kills me. I can take my time and think.
Yeah, well, because at that point, too, what it's more like is it feels like with SMT nowadays, it's all about make sure you get as many turns as possible. Whereas in Digital Devil Saga, you can go the other way and say, I'm just going to take all the enemy's turns away so they can barely do shit to me while I just pound on them slowly. And that's really
Yeah.
cool. I like that. I don't know why. Just I really like the game, and I like the characters too, even though they're kind of it's odd.
Standard dot Mega 10 characters.
Kinda like it's weird because they have no emotion at the start, but they're not supposed to, and then they start getting emotions, and that's kind of how their character development goes on. Like Heat is very pissed off. Argilla is obviously sad all the pretty much at every single thing that happens.
Yeah, she's sad at everything.
Cielo is like the comic relief dude. Gale is the I do not comprehend. I'm kind of.
I don't understand what's going on. I don't know what's going on. I do not comprehend.
I do not comprehend. I'm just gonna stab things with my blade feet because I have that.
Yes.
I really like Gale. My party
Cool.
my party right now is Gale, Surf, Gale, Argilla, and I think I'm gonna stick with that as long as possible.
Yeah, you don't want Surf in Digital Devil Saga 2 though.
Really?
Yeah, forewarning.
Why?
Because he's not that useful anymore.
But with mantras, can't any character be useful?
Well, yes and no. You'll see what I mean.
Okay. I guess I'll have to wait. See with that then. But yeah, I'm really enjoying it so far. The game's a lot shorter than I thought. Like I looked up a guide just to see how far I was percentage wise. I'm like, damn, that's pretty far in. So I'm gonna
because there's the part 1 and part 2.
yeah, which makes sense. Yeah, that's kind of how it feels like. It's like I'm at the end of disc 1 of the RPG. But yeah, so everyone go play Digital Devil Saga. Part of the reason I actually wanted to play Digital Devil Saga was that we haven't talked about this in a while, but Quantum Devil Saga, the novelization from the original writer of Digital Devil Saga is, well, it's not so much a novelization as it is an alternate take on the events or the original vision, more so. We actually had the translator on for episode 18, I think it was, and we talked to him for a bit, and that was cool. Cool guy, Kevin Frayne.
Yes.
So Bento Books seems to be aiming for a July release for that now. Before it was just summer. They're planning sometime in the summer, and they're having hardcover, softcover, and a Kindle release for that. So that's pretty cool. And I just kind of want to finish DDS1 at least by time that comes out. Hopefully I can. This is kind of my unrealistic goal, but I want to have both DDS1 and 2 beaten by summer. But I feel like I'm gonna be like hammered with work the next few months, so that might be hard, especially with. I don't know. Sometimes when you're busy, you don't feel like playing an RPG where you can get fucked over and then like instantly killed. Like just have your party wiped out and you lose like 30 minutes of progress. Like I've been super like defensive about my saving and stuff. It's like, if I might die, better go back and heal up to full health and save because I just don't have as much time as I used to, and I want to make sure all of my progress is put to use. So yeah, but I guess we should get into news now, huh?
Yeah.
Well, big thing is
the Risei's playable.
But she doesn't even fight. No, wait, hold on. But she doesn't even fight in the games. How is this possible? There we go. Actually,
Atlus makes the impossible possible. They're just that amazing. And oh my god, the
why can't I play as the Demi-Fiend?
Because Nocturne doesn't exist. Only Persona 3 or 4 exist to Atlus. But anyway,
I just love how many stupid
the anime FGC blew up when Risei got announced. Some people were like, "Yay, Risei! I want to main her," and then other people were like, "Man, fuck Risei." And then there's me.
I see this a lot. How did this slut get into Persona 4 Arena? Like, God.
And then meanwhile, I'm just sitting here like, when's Adachi?
Maybe.
Maybe.
So
maybe someday over the rainbow. But yeah.
This is so weird because every single time something gets leaked from Atlus, because we've talked about multiple leaks on the show. Well, at least one that I can the big one I can think of is the one Amanda Winley pretty much confirmed that the 4 Persona games in development were coming over because she said she was recording Yukiko lines. So, but what I'm getting at is with all these leaks, it almost seems like I don't want to say Atlus like is luck. Well, yeah, I guess Atlus is pretty lucky in terms of leaks because every time something gets leaked, like the next day is the actual announcement. Same with the Risei Ken leak, where it's like
Yeah.
I think 2 days after we learned about it, Risei's trailer came out.
Yeah.
So
I think part of me believes that they're doing this shit on purpose.
I know.
Like,
I kind of want to think that too.
let us just leak
They're
some
fucking with
information
us.
out.
Yeah,
They're
like
just fucking with us.
I know. It's
I wouldn't be surprised considering the whole Choco Taco incident.
God damn the Choco Taco. I wish I watched that. I wish I watched that live. I only saw the archive.
Yeah. After the Choco Taco incident, I am fairly sure that Atlus is just fucking with us with these leaks.
Did he even eat all three?
He ate one.
I know he ate one. I wonder if he ate the other two.
I don't think he ate the other two.
Oh, he had hot sauce though. That was.
He had hot sauce and he put it on his Choco Taco. I'm like,
ugh. Apparently it tasted good, so whatever.
Whatever.
But yeah,
I'm not too crazy about hot sauce or whatever.
Need to. Actually, you know what? I could BS and say that I'm super duper manly. No, I really don't care for hot sauce that much either. We're posers. COS is done. No.
Yeah.
Anyways, moving on from hot sauce and Choco Tacos. I'm pretty sure this confirms that Ken is also going to be in the roster for the console version.
Yeah, he's gonna be released fairly soon. I think they're gonna get a trailer for him fairly soon because it's Atlus and they're fucking with us.
You know what else kind of disturbs me? Well, not disturbed. Well, kind of. Is there's this? I saw a bunch of people that are like, "Why isn't Shadow Risei in a bikini?" And I'm like, guys, look at all the other Shadow versions of the characters. They're not in their alternate costumes either. Like Shadow Yukiko.
Then there's a bunch of. Then there's a bunch of guys who are just straight up perverts and are asking like all this nasty stuff, which I won't say on the show.
For the sake of the babies we have watching COS.
Yes, for the sake of your virgin ears, I won't say anything.
She fights with a microphone, though.
Yeah, she does.
And also, her insta-kill is called True Story, so...
Yes, she sings that Englishy song for her insta-kill. Well, it's not going to be Englishy in the dub, because it's going to be Laura Bailey singing it. And so that's going to be okay, but still... It's gonna sound really bad in Japanese, and I
really hope what that insta-kill is just like the screen starts playing that terrible god awful opening they had in the animation.
In the anime.
And just like the other character dies of embarrassment from having to like sit through that.
Yes.
Oh Jesus.
That garbage.
Half the animation budget went into that scene. I swear to God.
It's kind of like the Noelle scene in Blaze Blue Alter Memory.
Yeah, like...
It's like, why'd you spend the animation budget on this? There could have been better things for it.
On things that are important. On things that were in the actual game. Oh, man. But we got more news. Mostly this is stuff that is being patched into the arcade release of Ultimax. Apparently they're on version 1.1. This is the one that's coming out that they're hyping up, and also 1.1 is apparently going to be version 1.0 of the home port. So
yeah, it's the same thing as the original Persona 4 Arena.
Yeah,
we had that 1.0 that we never got to play, the one where Chie was insanely overpowered, where freaking standing B was a fatal.
Well, don't have to deal with that, but yeah, apparently there's a new... Well, first of all, apparently there is a rumor from a retailer. Not much news seems to be on about this, but apparently there is a Japanese retailer that said that... I think... I might be wrong. I didn't look this up. I apologize for not doing the research. Apparently there's a DLC story mode that is... Well, of course it's DLC, but apparently you can get it for free if you... Get it pre-order.
I saw that on I think I saw it on Gematsu as well.
Yeah.
We were talking about the DLC story mode.
I wonder what that could be all about.
I don't know. It might just be bridging arena and dance.
Oh God. People keep talking, you know what's weird?
Yeah.
People keep talking about that because there are rumors. It's like, oh, Persona 4 Arena Ultimax and Dancing All Night are gonna tie in, and I'm like, they take place like 2 months apart. I kind of hope they would.
Yeah,
If
exactly.
they
That's
wouldn't,
probably
that'd
what's
be
gonna happen.
weird.
Since there was like a screenshot of Rise in her dancing all night clothes, there's like an anime cutscene. So maybe after Arena, she's getting ready, and then something happens. And she's like, "Senpai, I need you to put on your dancing shoes." And then dancing all night starts.
But like people are weird. It's like why are these like crossing over? And I'm like,
They're not crossing over. They're just
Yeah,
gonna bridge to each other.
I know I'm like, I'd rather they would than they wouldn't, because it would just be like really weird. It's like, oh hey, we're done fighting forever now, we're good, happy ending, and then like a few months later, oh hey, we gotta dance now, save everyone. So I'm glad they're doing that. At least makes everything a little more continuous. So
Yeah.
that's good. But I think the big thing that was announced is social links. I mean, Golden Arena mode.
Yes, there's social links in Arena Ultimax, guys.
Only with
They
your
somehow
only with your
only with your waifu.
or Teddy.
Only with your, or
It's
Teddy.
any of the people that are like the announcers.
Any of the announcers. So that means Fuka, Rise, Teddy, Yosuke, Mitsuru, Aigis,
Yeah.
and Nanako.
And so basically, there's this new mode called Golden Arena, and it seems to be it kind of reminds me of that Soul Calibur thing, and I think Mortal Kombat has this too, if I'm not mistaken, where it's kind of like this quote unquote dungeon you go through, but it's just like a series of fights, and you just keep going until you reach the end, and like the fights get progressively harder.
Yeah, something like that, and your character levels up, and their stats go up.
And can gain new skills, apparently. Now, I'm not sure if this means that you attach new skills to a special input, or if it just changes the quality of your specials, or what.
It might change some properties and like frame advantage and all that.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking, because like it partially made it sound like, oh, your character moveset can change, and it's like, like I don't know. That seems I don't think they would do that. It seems a little too much.
It's probably just additional properties to attacks.
Yeah, because I know they said stuff like, for example, like you can make it so that one of you's specials now charms the enemy for a little bit and stuff like that. So it's just a little stuff you can equip like that. So that's cool. But this looks like kind of like they're trying to appeal to
the RPG side of, because I know a lot of the RPG side of the Persona fandom, they were really they had a terrible time sticking with Arena. They didn't have a problem playing it. They had a tough time sticking with it because there was nothing much there for them aside from the story mode.
A terrible story mode that was
a half-ass story mode. And yeah, that was it. And maybe like a few rounds on net play where they can auto combo.
Yeah, and probably win. Curses,
yes.
No. If they're fighting me, probably win because I suck horribly at anime fighters. But, oh man, well yeah, that seems kind of nice that they're throwing it in there. What I thought was weirder is they're throwing this in the arcade version too.
Yeah, they're throwing it in the arcade mode as well. Like, I guess they're trying to get more traffic in the arcades.
Okay.
Because I know Japanese arcades are dying too. They're on the decline.
About time. No, that kind of sucks. I wish arcades were still a thing.
Yeah, and especially in America.
Well,
that's their birthplace.
Correction, I think arcades for adults were still a thing.
Yeah.
Or at least that you could go to without.
It was just grumpy old men living out their childhood fantasies.
Now all we have is these few and far between places where you get tickets for shitty overpriced toys.
Games.
Yeah, like little babbies go to and waste time at. Oh man. Man, I really wish I had a third strike cab just in my room. It'd be so nice.
It'd be nice to have just arcade cabs somewhere in your basement, and you could just go down there whenever you feel like you need to get away from the world. Just play some arcade games.
Pop in quarters.
Yes.
Oh, good times.
Perfect. Good times.
Oh yeah. So yeah, I think that's. Well, actually, no. One more thing. Apparently, the release date for the home console version in Japan is August 10th. of this.
Don't get excited because it might be region locked.
We don't know yet, which is the thing.
Yeah, we don't.
So there's two things on this. One, because on the one hand, they got bitched out horribly because still to this day, Persona 4 Arena is the only region locked PS3 game, and not gonna lie, that is kind of shitty for people from like Europe and such. The second
goddamn year for the game, and the game died really fast. So there was like
that's because they were so far behind. Like they couldn't possibly keep up with the Japanese and American players.
It was so bad.
Like that's one thing with fighting games, though. It's like a lot of people say global releases don't matter, but they kind of do. Like
global releases are region free, one or the other.
Yeah,
if it's not a global release, but it's region free.
Like Chrono Phantasma is the best example, where everyone that took that game seriously, as soon as it came out in Japan, they imported it and they started playing right away, and they got their practice in. But for like Persona 4 Arena,
we had to wait the extra week. We had to wait the extra week because it was regional. At least in America, Europe they had to wait a whole year. Except some European players that I know on Twitter, they went out. Bought English PS3s and
those badasses.
English copies of Arena.
Yeah. That's dedication.
Yeah, that is dedication.
See, like, but that's the thing though, is because a lot of people are like, oh, it doesn't matter, they can catch up. It's like, you're like, I don't know, with fighting games or anything that's skill based, the people at the top level are practicing constantly. Naturally, the people that have months and months more practice over the other guy are probably going to have the advantage. They just have more experience with the game, so.
Yeah, that's what all boils down to.
Oh, but I was going to say but on the other hand, I could see them wanting to, because the problem with Persona 4 Arena was reverse importation. We've covered this before.
It was $60 here in America. I think it was like $80 in Japan.
Yeah, and so the leak
and
the leak.
And I think it was. I think it was around that same time the anime came out in English, and they took out the Japanese audio for Blu-ray release to prevent reverse importation again.
Yeah, so Atlus was really finicky with that around the time. But what I was going to say is that the leak that confirmed Rise and Ken also said that the release date for Western Ultimax would be September 16th. So what I'm almost wondering is if they would region lock it again because it's only that month apart. So they might go, well, who the fuck cares if we region lock it? We don't want people reverse importing our stuff. Because, like, I don't know. I think it could go either way at this point.
Yeah, exactly. Because say you're a Japanese player and you want Arena at a more affordable price, and it only comes out within a month in America.
You can wait a month.
You can wait a month. You can just play in the arcades, wait that month out, play in the arcades with your character, then buy the English copy for about $20 less. Let's just say that it's going to be full retail again. You can get it for $20 less.
Exactly. So I can see it going either way because I don't know if they want to deal with the shit they got for that. The
drama again?
Well, the thing is, though, I'm not entirely sure if Atlus in Japan, because naturally, as Western fans, we see we see the shit that Atlus USA gets for stuff every single
all the time.
Yeah, all the time for every single issue. We very rarely see what is going on with the Japanese fan base and what they get angry about. So I'm not even sure if people were upset about region locking over there.
Yeah, because they still got it first.
Yeah, so they might have, like, I'm sure there's some people that's like, crap, I can't get it for cheaper, but oh well, at least it's here. So I'd be interested to see how the Japanese feel about this issue, because I think that might be a larger part of it than, sadly, the Western fans.
There is a Japanese person. Do you know who Giuna is? I think I've mentioned him several times.
I think you have, but refresh us.
Giuna is an anime player, and he's quite the snarky one, but that's beside the point. He has played Persona. He's an American living in Japan, and when Persona 4 Arena came out, he had to wait until the English release came out because he had an American PS3. So he couldn't play the game because it was region locked.
That sucks.
He was stuck he was stuck playing in the arcades for like for another week until it came out in America, so he could reverse import. I should ask him what the Japanese thought of the region locking.
That could be insightful. Tweet him sometime.
Yes. I should tweet him right now. I got TweetDeck right now.
Do it live.
Yes, I'm doing it live.
Okay.
We'll see.
Live COS journalism.
What did the Japanese think of P4U's region locking? Not Ultimax, the first game. Alright, I tweeted him.
Okay, hopefully he responds.
It's like 6 a.m. in Japan. He's probably still asleep.
That's true. We'll tell you the results next week. But
yes.
Yeah, so who knows about region locking at this point? It'd be interesting to see how that goes. So yeah, once again, August 10th, Japan, and according to the leak from Best Buy, probably September 16th in America.
Yeah.
So yeah, that looks cool. But we got one more piece of news at least right now we don't have any new Persona Q trailers to talk about, at least none that you or I saw as of time of this recording. Maybe they're just a little later with that this week, or there's just not any this week. But apparently, according to, I think it was Famitsu. Actually, another thing I should point out, Famitsu was the one that talked about Risei being in Ultimax. That was the reveal of that. And then they came out with a trailer shortly after showing her gameplay. But Famitsu also had Persona Q news. So, two big things. The first one is probably something that will more than likely be changed in the US because it has to deal with Street Pass. And Street Pass for a lot of obscure RPGs just isn't a thing in America.
Yeah, Street Pass is either dead or dead.
I think I've Street Passed people 3 times, and I got a 3DS.
You can only get a lot of Street Passes in. You can only get a lot of Street Passes in anime cons. That's as much as you're going to Street Pass. Anywhere else, not really.
And like maybe big cities. I'm not sure because I haven't had the chance to ever try that out because I live in the middle of nowhere. But yeah, like they're apparently doing a thing where, well, I guess SMT4 had a very similar thing, but in the US version it was Spot Pass.
Yeah.
But apparently what they're doing is you attach a persona you have to Street Pass and it sends it to the other person's compendium, and like you just kind of do a persona swap for the compendium. So that seems pretty cool. I kind of hope that comes over Spot Pass stuff. But that probably is something that they can exploit heavily, but who cares? Should be fun. Break the game a bit.
Yeah.
Something reminds me is Soul Hackers had a thing where they had this Namechi thing they added in the 3DS version, and you could like evolve it if you had enough 3DS play coins, and you could just make the most broken demons with that thing. I loved it. So one other thing they talked about though is Sacrifice Fusion. Actually,
yeah.
It's not called Sacrifice Fusion, it's called something different, but it's pretty much Sacrifice Fusion.
Yeah, if you don't know what Sacrifice Fusion is, you just stop watching this podcast. Now that that's out of the way. If you don't know what Sacrifice Fusion is, it's a thing from Nocturne where you can, I think it's like where you sacrifice demons to increase the strength of another one? Or is it to increase strength? Okay.
Well, from my understanding of it, see, I don't even know Sacrifice. I should leave my own podcast. If I recall, you fuse 2 demons, and then you just have a 3rd demon that gets sacrificed, and its stats are kind of mixed into the new fusion stats. So I think it's basically a regular 2 demon fusion, but with some increased stat boosts. This is different from triple fusion, and that triple fusion will actually give you a new demon. Sacrifice Fusion just empowers the demon that you get from a 2 demon fusion. So.
Yep.
Yeah, but Persona Q seems to have something a lot similar where, by the sound of it, you can basically sacrifice one of your personas, and it will empower another persona that you have in your team. So, pretty much Sacrifice Fusion, but a little bit more simpler, and you don't need 3 personas involved, just 2. Be curious to see how that works out, because I can see this being a thing where you can just keep sacrificing personas and make one super powerful, but maybe they'll have like limits on that.
They probably will.
I can see it capping out past a point.
Kind
of interesting that they're bringing fusion sacrifices back.
Yeah, I didn't really think
of all the games, Persona Q.
Yeah, like you'd think that'd be in like SMT5 or something. That's interesting. Yeah, that's so weird.
I think it's to remind people that this is indeed a Mega 10 game. They're trying to remind people like, hey, this is still a Mega 10 game,
A little bit. So yeah, that'll be fun. Yes. What I'm thinking it's gonna work like is, I don't know. In Devil Survivor 1, did you ever try like spamming Matama Fusion to boost up a demon's stats?
Nah.
Oh well, if you're a douchebag like I did, you can just keep getting Matamas and then pumping them into one of your demons, and it'll increase stats. But after a point, the game recognizes that that's what you're doing, and it'll be like, hey, we'll raise that stat for you, but then we'll lower all your other stats a bit to even things out. So it's like, shit, I can't break the game, damn it, Atlus. But I'm sure there's probably going to be something similar to that, where it's like, hey, if you sacrifice this persona and put it into the other persona, your strength will go down, but your magic will go up, or something like that. So
yeah,
something or other. So yeah, that looks great. Hopefully they incorporate that well. And I think that's about it for news. I think I think we're good on that. So have a few questions we should go through on the email. Remember, people listening to this at home, if you have a question to send Cathedral of Shadows, just email us at cathedralofshadows@gmail.com. And that'll be good fun. And we might answer your question. We originally, few episodes ago even, we answered every single question we got. Now we're picking and choosing a little bit because it leads to better discussion. So this first one is from Mel, and it's kind of a long one, but it's a good question. So she says she first listened to the COS podcast a while ago, could never come up with a good question to ask. So she thought of something, and now she's giving it to us. So how well... I'm just going to... Okay, hold on. How well do you think symbolism is used in the Mega 10 franchise as a whole? Do you think that some references to literature or mythology are more subtle in some games more than others? And do you think some instances of adding symbolism were well done, as in they fit the tone of the game's story, or are some really obvious and simplistic to the point you could not enjoy the game? This may be a bit vague question, so let me try to give an example, and I apologize for spoilers. It's COS, we spoil everything.
Yes.
Persona 3's ending, Digital Devil Saga's ending. I'm playing through Digital Devil Saga, and I probably spoiled that game's ending like months ago, so don't worry, Mel. The use of Greek-Roman mythology in Persona 3, to me, felt that it fit the mood and helped establish roles for characters to play. The connection between Nyx and Erebus and their roles as bringers of darkness fit their mythological counterparts well, and their children of mythology happen to be Thanatos, Ryoji, Hypnos, Takaya, and Moros, Jin, all of whom were perpetrators of the fall. Other mythology nods include the fate of the Gemini twins, Medea, Athena as a symbol of protection, etc. Some of these additions were small and obvious, but it stayed consistent, and how places and events happened did make sense if you were familiar with the Greek-Roman mythology. For a game that has a mythology that doesn't seem to make sense to me, is Persona... Wait, hold on. For a game that has a mythology that doesn't seem to make sense to me is Persona 4 and its use of Japanese mythology. How the tale of Izanagi and Izanami fit in the murder mystery and reaching out to the truth plot does not make any sense to me. Perhaps it's my lack of knowledge on Japanese mythology, though research I've done brought nothing to the table. So in your turn, how well do you think mythology is used in Mega 10? From the stuff in Persona to all the Hindu references in Digital Devil Saga and beyond. Does the use of mythology or symbolism work in some games more than others? Thanks, Mel.
Well, the use of mythology in Digital Devil Saga, I believe that's probably the best use of mythology.
It's really good.
Yes, it's really good.
I love that shit. It's so good. Like, I notice things and I'm like, yo, I know what they're doing right there, and I love it. So, yeah.
Digital Devil Saga probably has the best
just
interpretation.
The entire thing of reaching Nirvana, and it's like the struggles and temptations and stuff on your way. Like they do it so well, but like it's very subtle, but they do it really well. I love it.
Yes. Oh man, and the stuff you said about Persona 3, I definitely agree with. And for Persona 4, they could have done that a lot better, I believe, with Persona 4. I guess they just focus less on how the personas parallel to
the characters,
the characters and the theme of the game, and focus more on the story and what it's about.
Well, I think something that a lot of Persona fans even admit is Persona 4's plot itself ain't really the best. It's
it's not that great.
It's the characters that make Persona 4 something worth playing. And I think you can kind of see that because, I mean, I need to do more research on this, but I think the personas are more referencing the characters and not the actual progression of the story. Whereas in Persona 3, it was more about the story than the characters.
Yeah. In Persona 4, the personas do definitely reflect more so the characters than the game and what it's trying to represent as a whole.
I read something really interesting with Yosuke's personas because in Golden they have 3, right?
Yeah, they have 3.
Yeah, I read something interesting about how all 3 of those fit in with Yosuke's character arc and stuff like that. And
it's supposed to revolve around Yosuke's desire to be a hero.
Yeah, like stuff like that. Really interesting read. God, I wish I could find that again. I don't even remember what site it was on, but it was really interesting. But yeah, I think getting away from Persona 4 a bit, I think Mega 10 as a whole is pretty solid with their symbolism and mythology usage. Like SMT 1 and 2 have some pretty solid themes of the interplay between Japanese politics and traditional Japanese religion and the introduction of Christianity, and that just fascinates me, and I love how they pull it off because it's a very organic take on that relationship between those two belief systems.
Yes.
Let's see what else is there. I mean, I will say this: Devil Survivor, I think is kind of void of the symbolism mythology stuff. Like there's the Cain Abel thing in Devil Survivor 1 that depending on what route you go on, you might not even know exists. And in Devil Survivor 2, it's more about astrology stuff like the Akashic Records and constellations. And just kind of playing with that. It's less so about the actual mythology stuff, whereas other Megatens focus more so on that. But overall, yeah, that's definitely they do it well. They do their homework too. Like
yeah, they do their research.
Yeah, I mean, even the whole like Lucifer Satan thing is pretty. You don't see that anymore, especially because like that view of Satan has not been in the popular belief for thousands upon thousands of years. Nowadays, Satan and Lucifer are one and the same entity. If you say Satan,
are the same person. Yeah.
Yeah. If you say Satan, people are going to think Lucifer. But there was a time and certain places where that was not the case. So.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Overall, pretty good. Thanks for the question, Mel. Got a really nice conversation out of that, actually.
Yes.
And sorry for forgetting to read it last episode, because I was supposed to, but I didn't. So this one is from Antinomi, and he wants to know, well, first of all, he wants to know how's it going. Going pretty well.
Going pretty well.
It's a nice Friday evening. Yeah.
It's raining outside.
Oh,
there might be something on the Midnight Channel.
Oh God, Katsu, please don't die.
I'm not going to be on the Midnight Channel. I haven't been kidnapped.
What if I'm on the Midnight Channel?
Well, I don't have the power of Persona, so I guess you're just gonna have to die then.
That sucks. Oh, that's a shame. Anyway, so going back to Antonomi's email, he has 3 questions. The first one is, if you could choose any SMT demon or persona to be a giant mech for you, who would it be? You can't choose Mara.
Metatron. He's already mechanical.
He's already a giant mech.
Yes.
Anything humanoid, could probably look really cool. Like, yeah, I'm trying to think. Just any of the angels would probably be good. Satan, kind of.
Yeah.
It'd be kind of. I can't really imagine him moving around and being very mobile, but he would probably work like the Dark Gundam from G Gundam.
Yeah, he probably would.
With the help of Satan. Anyways, OG Gundam, your memes are great.
Yes.
But yeah, anything humanoid like Tamlin, stuff like that. Overall, that'd probably be good. But now that you both have a mecha, how will it, or what will its combined form be called?
It'll be called the
Katzen?
the Meta Tamlintron.
Oh, I didn't know if he meant a mixture of our names or like
the demons.
Yeah, like I didn't know. Yeah, Katzen would work too. So.
Yes.
Oh god, fuck! If that gets turned into the shipping term for us, I'm gonna be pissed. What did I do?
It probably is now. You just said it.
I know. Fuck. God damn it.
You can always edit it out.
Yeah, I won't though. So, third question. If you could create a new SMT fighting game with an 8-character cast made up only of demons, who will you choose to play like the following fighting game archetypes? Shota clone, grappler, glass cannon, stance, keep away, Rekka, puppet, gimmick character, and an unplayable final boss. So what demon are those?
The unplayable final boss would be Mara.
I was thinking Lucifer, but okay. Actually, no. If this was like a Smash type game, you could just replace Master Hand with Yahweh.
Yeah.
Literally, it would be the best thing ever, and it would fit so well.
Yahweh would just fire eye lasers at you.
Or yeah, you could just replace Taboo with Yahweh. This Red Rings of Death. Anyways, let's see. Shota clone, probably Jack Frost.
Yeah. You would just fire Boofus.
Yeah. Or is that Ice Goofus? No. Yeah. And then Ken because there's always 2 Shota clones. You can't just have one. There always has to be 2. Other one could be Pyro Jack.
Yeah. And then you could have the not Jack Frost Demon Neho, Frost Ace.
He could be the Dan.
Don't worry, guys.
He could be the Dan of the game.
He could be the who is this chick's name? DiCaprio or Cameo to DiCaprio, Leonardo DiCaprio. Yep. Okay, yeah, that'll be Frost Ace. It's like, don't worry, guys. It's not Jack Frost. It's Frost Ace. They're different people. Don't worry, guys.
I also like how every time Street Fighter 4 gets a new character, their ultras become more and more stereotypically anime. Yes. Like first we had fucking Oni and his like ridiculous like Dragon Ball Z ultras. Now we just have DiCaprio, which is literally just I'm gonna stab you a million fucking times while you hover in midair. Like
they don't care anymore. They're trying to embrace their anime.
But they'll never make another 2D sprite based one. So
yeah, they'll never. That feel.
I know.
That feel will never. That feel with no 2D sprite based Street Fighter.
Grappler. Who would be the grappler?
Who would be the grappler? Someone who has a lot of arms. Maybe.
Ashura.
Yeah, Ashura would be the grappler.
Glass cannon.
Slime.
Possibly. God, I can't imagine playing as Slime in a fighting game. That'd be weird.
What's a really good demon, but they just have shitty defenses?
I guess I can't think of any glass cannon demons right now. I don't know why.
Me neither.
I should be able to. Oh well. Stance character.
Oh, he's Izanagi.
Oh, that'd be cool.
That'd be cool.
Yeah, they could totally do that. Keep away. Lucifuge would be good at that. God, what other demon? Any magical demon really for that one.
Yeah.
That'd work wonders.
And for puppet, Nibiros.
Oh yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Alice, Nibiros, Belial, any of those 3 combined that actually work really well. Rekka.
Mm.
I don't know why I can't think of any Rekka friendly demons.
I have one in mind, but I can't remember his name.
Which one is it?
I can't remember his name, so I can't say it.
Well, like what does it look like, or what's its skills? Do you remember?
It kind of looks like a person. It's like it's one of the I think it's one of the chariot personas. Can't remember his name.
Takemina something?
Yeah, no, it's
One
not
of those.
Take Minakata.
Oh.
Yeah, it's one of those, but it's not Take Minakata.
Okay. Okay, and then gimmick character.
Gimmick character?
Yeah.
Masakado.
Yeah, like there's a lot of characters for that I could think of just.
Or Yoshitsune, you could just have him just do power charge and he needs to power charge every time.
Or like Kodama, or like anything that just looks weird. Just has like a weird body. I could do that. So anyways, thank you Antinomi, for your questions. This one is from someone that did not provide a name, and they don't have a Google Plus name. They just have their Gmail account, and I don't want to read it off on the show. So this is from an anonymous person. Actually, oh no, it does. Huh, that's weird. It doesn't display their Google Plus name to me on the actual email, but it does to the side when it shows their profile. So anyways, this is from Andrew. And he asks, if you were forced to pick one of the two animes to watch in a single setting, which would you choose? Devil Survivor 2 or Elfen Lied?
Elfen Lied?
Yeah, because I'd rather watch a puppy get beaten to death instead of watching Devil Survivor 2.
Yeah, same here.
I picked this email just so I could use that joke. Anyways, so thank you, Andrew, for the question. Elfen Lied's actually pretty good. I like that show a lot.
Yeah.
It was one of the most, like, interesting openings too, where it's literally just this chick walking around this lab killing shit with her mind, and it's like, I have no clue what's going on, but this is really weird. I want to keep watching.
I have no. Yes, I want to keep watching.
Oh man, I kind of want to rewatch that. But anyways, this one is from Kaiser Fox HD. He says he loves the show. Helps him through days of doing concept art. Ew, cool. It's a cool hobby. Anyways, he needs a little help. He's been playing a lot of SMT games, starting with the first one 2 years ago. And he says he's a newbie, which really isn't the case because I think I started about 2 years ago too. So we are about the same experience-wise, my friend. And he says he finished Soul Hackers and is thinking of moving on to Nocturne, and he's asking what a good Demi-Fiend build is because he heard you can screw up the Demi-Fiend if you don't make a good build. So
I didn't really invest in Magic for Demi-Fiend. I just went straight up physical.
Well, yeah, that's what I was kind of thinking. Like, I think honestly, for every SMT, you can kind of just say, think of like, would you rather character be physical or magical than just kind of run with that? So because I tend to find if you split evenly between physical and magical, you're going
to be extremely weak.
Yeah, compared to the rest of your party, you're probably going to need your demons to carry you through a lot of stuff. And then from there, just kind of determine if you want to use agility, if you want to focus from agility or vitality more. I tend to lean more towards vitality. Sometimes that can bite you in the ass, though, depending on the game. But just think if you want to be a powerful magic attacker or a powerful physical attacker, and then think about if you want to be fast or tanky.
To be quite honest, I think SMT4 is the only one where I went magical.
Well, that's because that's the best way to play that game. Like,
yeah,
there's no reason not to. Physical builds don't start being good until about the 1/4 point, and even then they're only good. They're not great. Magical is pretty much always great, as long as you have MP recovery items, which can be expensive at times, I will admit, especially early game, but it pays off because of how much damage you do and shit. So yeah.
Luster Canny and Mind Charge.
Real talk though, for Digital Devil Saga, all I've been doing. I have a ridiculously beefy surf. I'll when I'm editing this, I'm going to take a picture of my surf stats because he has so much strength and it's just stupid. I don't know what I'm doing, just pumping so much stat
I
points
don't know
into
what I'm
strength.
doing, but this is great.
Yeah, pretty much. Like I'm just like, hey, I want a really beefy surf, so I made one. Um, but what I've been doing is I've been using taunt. I taunt the enemy twice, and then I just use my most powerful physical attacks, and I pretty much destroy everything in that game in a couple turns. I love it. It's very risky because since they're taunted twice, if they hit me, I'm pretty much dead. But I just need to hit them a couple times in return, and they're gone. So that's lovely. And if I fuck up, Argilla is there to revive slash heal everyone.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's like Argilla, if I fucked up, can you heal me?
Yeah. Literally don't do anything except heal because I got hit. That's all my Argilla has been used for. Good stuff, good stuff. But yeah, for Demi-Fiend build, to be honest, you can pretty much just figure out what you would like to play as and specialize in that. I've heard more so in Nocturne, it's not so much of an issue. Like I have heard multiple times that you can make a pretty shitty Demi-Fiend, but I don't think there's a point where it's like unplayable or anything. Like you still have three other demons that can pull you through the game even if you do fuck up. So just specialize in something, then get skills based off what you specialize in, and you'll be fine.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, thanks for the question, Kaiser Fox HD. Hopefully you keep doing that concept art. Uh, so yeah. And then we have one final question that is from Rush Hour Duck, and he emails in again asking if we can share our Resident Evil experiences with.
I've only played Resident Evil 4 for about 30 minutes.
How could you not play that game the entire way through? That game is amazing. Um, oh my god, I love Resident Evil. Well, I guess my first experience with Resident Evil was I bought the Wii edition of 4 a long time ago when that came out. And well, actually, no, I shouldn't say that. My first real experience to it was when the GameCube version came out. And I had a friend, and we stood up late at night playing that for a while. I must have been like 10, 11 at the time. I can't remember when that game came out. 2004. So
I can't remember either.
Like 10, 11 then. Yeah. And yeah, we were just kind of like late at night one weekend. We were playing Resident Evil 4, and I think we played through decent fourth of that game from like beginning to. I don't remember where we left off, but I remember like, yo, this game is scary. And then years later, I was like 15, 16, I picked up Resident Evil 4 HD from someplace because I saw it really cheap. And I remember because that game was M-rated, I'm like, oh shit, I wonder if they're going to ask me for my ID. And I'm like, young. And then they didn't need me to... Either that or I was old enough to buy. I can't remember. I can't remember when I bought that game. But I remember not being ID'd. I'm like, ooh. So it might have been my first M-rated purchase. I can't remember. But I just remember that part of the story for some odd reason. But then after that, I was like, yo, I kind of want to play more of these Resident Evils. And then, jeez, I can't remember, but it was my birthday, and we were driving back from somewhere, like, and so for some reason my family decided like, hey, let's go shopping. I'm like, oh, hey, I have birthday money, so I can go buy shit. And I bought all of the Resident Evil GameCube games there were. I'm like, yeah, whatever, I'll marathon these games. So that was a birthday well spent. But yeah, I love Resident Evil, great series. Good horror games. The movies suck though. They're all pretty bad. Don't watch those. So yeah. What TV shows are we watching right now? Live action or otherwise, it doesn't matter.
I'm watching JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. Does that count as a TV show?
Exactly.
It's on TV. It's not American television.
I'm watching JoJo's. That's all I can say. Is I'm legit. That's all I'm watching. I'm watching JoJo's. I have a friend that keeps bothering me to get into Arrow and says I'd like it, so I might give that a shot one of these days. I don't know.
Arrow shot.
Wow, that was. Wow. that happened. Yeah, like I don't know, like I've had difficulty sitting down and watching anything, whether it be anime or live action or anything that's a long series. I've been meaning to watch Game of Thrones, but I already read the books, and the TV series is so close to the books that it's like I already experienced this story. I don't feel like spending an hour watching something I've already read. So whenever I have more free time, I'll probably go through those because I heard that the TV series deviates a little bit, so it's kind of interesting to watch it. But I don't know. As it stands, it's like, I already read the books. I'm fine. So yeah, that's what we've been watching. Then he says, "How's your sex life, Rasen?" Well,
Yeah, how's your sex life, Rasen?
you listen to the fanfic episode, so you know. That's how that's going down. Um, so yeah, and he says farewell with the last smiley faces.
Okay.
So yeah,
Bye.
that's about it. I think we're good.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's about
I
it.
have a final to get to.
Oh, good luck.
Yeah.
Everyone wish Katsu luck, even though by the time this episode's up, it'll be done.
Yeah.
Oh, finals. God, mine start up in a few weeks. Jesus Christ. Not looking forward to that. So one more thing to cover. We're actually doing a JoJo's Bizarre Adventure COS episode because the All-Star Battle PS3 game is releasing in a few weeks. So we're gonna be doing that whenever everyone involved gets a copy of the game. Well, at least we're gonna have 4 people on. 2 people are not going to be purchasing the game, but we're going to postpone the episode until the 2 people that have the game get a hold on it and can talk about it and spend some time with it. But yeah, we're just going to talk about everything JoJo related for that podcast episode. So if you have any JoJo Bizarre Adventure related questions you want to ask for that episode, which will probably be in a couple weeks' time, then send them in to the email and we'll answer them. It can be about anything from the manga, the anime, games. Yeah. So that's about it.
Yeah.
Bye.